Hey, this is the first non-Dead by Daylight video I've done in a while. Um, Real quick to my Dead by Daylight audience, I'm not going to be completely switching off of Dead by Daylight. I've just mentioned a while back that if I saw something generally related to gaming that I wanted to talk about, I would start posting it as like a second video every so often. Don't expect these videos to be like a regular thing. It's whenever I find something that's gaming related and I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it because it's my YouTube channel. I can do whatever I want. Also, Jolie is sitting on the back of my chair. So I saw this clip on Twitter tonight while I'm filming this. I would say this morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, gamer things. But I saw this clip on Twitter. Now, I'm going to admit to you that when it comes to Souls-like games, the only one I've ever really enjoyed was Bloodborne. Bloodborne and Neo. Those were the only two I've really enjoyed. Then again, I haven't played a shitload of them, so I can't really give you a full opinion on Souls games. What I can tell you is that I did not like Elden Ring. I thought Elden Ring was incredibly unfair for the way that it was set up. I was very, very frustrated with it. The breaking point for me was when I opened a random chest inside of a swamp and then ended up in a place that was like 10 levels too high for me, and I had a bitch of a time getting out of it because I literally could not do anything. I kept getting killed in basically one blow. And I thought that was just incredibly stupid. That's the equivalent of a dungeon master saying all rocks fall and you all die type of bullshit. So I really didn't like Elden Ring for what it was, but one thing that I have noticed is that Elden Ring players, or from software fans in general, have this really weird superiority complex. So apparently over on the subreddit for Elden Ring, somebody said, "Is this a legitimate win against Melina?" My pal says no. Now, from my understanding, and I'm also going to just let this play in the background while I talk, because normally I have gameplay footage, but because I don't play Elden Ring, I guess I could go record some Elden Ring footage or whatever, but I'll let this play while I talk. So apparently, for a lot of people, Elden Ring is a game of skill, and you need to play against play the game without doing stuff like using summons or specific weapons or specific items or things like that. And I don't know, I find that really fucking weird. So this person apparently used summons, and I guess I gained from the comments they're also using a very powerful item as well. And they're basically bullying Melina, and Melina is like the big bad of the game, right? Melina is like the big thing. I assume she's the final boss with how much people talk about her. And so basically, people are like lambasting this dude for doing what they can to beat the final boss of the game. And I've seen a whole bunch of this kind of stuff over the years since Elden Ring came out, of people posting themselves beating Melina, and people being like, well, that didn't count because you used this weapon, or that didn't count because you used this spell, or that didn't count because you used this attack, or you cheesed it this way, or blah 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 blah. And I just want to ask Elden Ring players, I just want to ask From Software players, are you guys okay? Are you guys all right? Do you understand that this is a video game for you to enjoy? I thought the Dead by Daylight community was really, really weird and had this weird superiority complex around the way other people play the game. But this is legitimately, this is a single player game. Nobody else in the world is being affected by someone playing the game this way. And I wonder to myself, when you're an Elden Ring player, when you're the kind of person that plays From Software games for fun, why do you care so much about the way other people play the game? Why do you care so much about the way other people beat their single player experience game? And this is not, like I said, this is not the first time I've seen this. It's just mostly with Elden Ring. I have seen it with other From Software games, but again, it's mostly with Elden Ring, where the From Software... Bye, Jolie. Love you. Where the From Software community is just very attached and addicted to policing the way people beat the game. Outside of hacks and everything, could you really call anything unethical or cringe about the way someone plays their single player game and beats the game? If they're using legitimate ways to play the game, like ways that the developers put into the game, if they're using legitimate ways to play the game and they're, you know, they're doing what the developers intended them to use things for, then who the fuck cares? And even if it's something like cheesing, like I think that there's a way to like basically stun lock Melina with like some sort of jump attack or something. I don't know. Somebody showed it to me one time. They're like, didn't you think this was weird? No, I know nothing about this game. My point is that if it is all legitimate, if it is all something that you can do within the game, then actually who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like, why would you give so much of a shit about the way somebody else plays the game? And the responses to this have been very odd, at least in my opinion. It's kind of like that girl. Do you guys remember that girl? You guys remember that lady who like asked for Elden Ring to have a fucking pause button because she's a mother and sometimes she needs to like get up and go check on her fucking child, and people were like, why is she asking for Elden Ring to be easier just because she's a mother? Like, you guys are so, the From Software community has their head so far up their fucking ass that they just don't understand that a pause button is a basic feature that we've had in single player video games for fucking ages now. Like, we've had pause features in single player video games for so fucking long. It's been a thing since the NES. And every single time a game has not had a significant pause feature when it's an offline game, people have have criticized it, have rampaged against it, because the pause function is something that you just need. That is a basic function of video games, guys. God forbid I gotta fucking take a piss or get something to eat or answer the door or check on the GIMP I've got left in my basement, right? Like, you can't just expect people to play offline games without a pause function. It's there for a reason. And so it's legitimate. Like, Minecraft has a pause function, for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I feel like a lot of people just really don't understand the way video games are supposed to work, and this superiority complex that From Software fans have gotten from their games, where it's like, oh, it's supposed to be ball breaking hard and I'm better than every other gamer for being good at it, is just weird. It's just weirdo behavior, and I just can't get behind it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I appreciate you watching. I know, again, this isn't my regular content, but like I said, every once in a while, I would love to just be able to talk about stuff that I want to talk about. So I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next one. If you're a fan of Dungeons & Dragons, then check out my other channel, Kaiser the Bard, where I do things like discuss the game, give you DM and player tips, and more. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.